Welcome to Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater. Issues and Answers is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. And now, Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater.
Welcome to the program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. We've all heard about Boy Scout camp, Girl Scout camp, church camp, summer camp. But have you heard about dance camp? I hadn't, but we have dance camp right here in New Mexico, and I get a kick out of the name saying, I'm going to dance camp. My friends have a kick out of saying that as well. I went to dance camp. Actually, the formal name is called the New Mexico August Folk Dance Camp. We have it right here in New Mexico, and on the show today, we're going to discuss this August camp and how you can participate, if not this August, maybe a future August, because it's been going on for like 37 years. And we're going to talk about how it originated as a dream in a castle in northern New Mexico. So please stay with us as we discuss Swifdi, the Southwest International Folk Dance Institute, this volunteer organization that puts on and sponsors this August dance camp every year. We didn't have it last year because we had nothing in 2020 because of COVID, but we have it in 2021 and beyond. So please stay with us as we discuss Swifdi and the August Dance Camp right after this. It started as a dream in northern New Mexico in a castle. Which castle do we have in northern New Mexico? I think we might just have the one, the Montezuma Castle with, what is it, the United World College. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I was fortunate to be there only because of dance camp. We had it a few years ago. Now it's going to be held at New Mexico Tech in Socorro, which has been held a number of years, a great, delightful location as well. So if you're interested in dancing, grab those dance shoes, get a piece of paper and pencil to jot down all the information you need to know about the wonders of dancing in New Mexico. Folk dancing, international folk dancing. Noralyn Parsons is part of the organization that has sponsored dance camp here in New Mexico. Noralyn, thank you so much for being part of the program.
Absolutely.
And Jill Playman, she's dressed in her Bulgarian, oh no,
Polish.
Polish.
You're close.
Thank you. Been a dancer for 17 years and a
Yes.
great fan of dance camp.
Absolutely.
And I know why, because she's able to show off her beautiful costumes there, right?
No, because it's so much fun. It's like a big party for 4 days, and plus you get exercise and listen to wonderful music, and often have live music, and it's an amazing experience.
And it's open to the public, Noralyn.
Absolutely. Anybody can come.
And it's inexpensive.
Yes, not bad. 4 days of teachers who come from Europe and from the United States and from all over, and as well as food, lodging, and dance floor, and sometimes live music. We're going to have all kinds of live music this year.
And it's about a little over $200.
Right?
Come on, 4 days, room and board and food and delicious food and music and storytelling and late night folk singing. I mean, come on, that is quite a value. I mean, you can't do that at Boy Scout camp or church camp.
And there's even a pool at New Mexico Tech, so you can get off your feet and do some laps during the day.
It is actually amazing. And to find out more information, we have this. Is it in this brochure?
It is in the brochure and in the I-Day, which is the newsletter of the local folk dance group. So there's information there. And then once you've been to camp, you get on the mailing list. Of course, there's a website, swifdi.org, Swifdi. That stands for Southwest International Folk Dance Institute. I think you mentioned that. And so then you're on a mailing list, and you'll get information about all the future camps.
And I think this year it's what, the July 30th, 31st? 29th, a Thursday?
29 to August 1, July 29 to August 1. So yes, we start on Thursday afternoon and go through Sunday noon.
And the thing is, everyone's been trapped in their homes, maybe haven't traveled out of New Mexico. If you want to have a stay-home vacation, this is the place to do it for over $200.
Yes.
Jeez,
Yes.
and there's scholarships too. And kids I think are half price if they're going to have. I mean, it is a tremendous value, but not because it's just value driven, but also you mentioned, Jill, the fun. learning, the exercise, the fellowship, good food,
Yes.
and music,
Yeah.
live music.
Yep.
Okay, I won't get excited anymore about it.
It's jam-packed of fun, and the other thing that they do that I particularly enjoy is they have nightly dance parties, and they're themed, and sometimes it'll be a simple theme such as the color purple, and people will wear things the color purple, or it could be other themes as well, and it just is very lighthearted and very fun.
And it's not just fun during the night. I think all day long you're dancing and learning. You got to really be prepared physically to do this, Noralyn Parsons.
You do. Actually, it's why years ago I started an exercise program so that I could last for a 4-day dance camp, because there is a lot of physical exertion, but not too much. You can always sit down for a dance, but we are learning.
Oh, you can't? I've never seen them sit down. They don't want to sit down.
They don't want to. You're permitted to sit down if you want to, but we are learning all day and sharing. The nice thing about having it at Tech is the nice cafeteria, and we're sharing meals together, so there's more opportunity to get together and bond and form, really a wonderful community of
Tell me
people.
what a typical day is. You start on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Register.
We start on Thursday. It used to be, we won't have kids this year because they can't be vaccinated, but usually the kids present us with an ice cream social as kind of an icebreaker. And then we have, usually each of 2 teachers has a chance to teach a class. And then we break for supper. And then, of course, we have an evening party. And then we do it all over the next day. We have breakfast classes in the morning, dance classes in the morning,
Lunch.
a little lunch, maybe a time for a swim, more dance classes, break for supper, chat, get to know more people, and then we
Have a party.
have another party. So it's really endless fun.
Okay, that's Friday. What happens Saturday, Jill? Same thing.
Yeah, more fun. So there'll be 4 workshops. Each teacher will teach twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. We break for lunch, and then after the workshops are over, often there might be a singing workshop or a musical instrument workshop. That's optional if people want to participate in that. Sometimes there's some little teaching sessions for individual, like let's say if people are interested in salsa, there might be a little salsa group meeting, and then it's the evening Saturday night dance party.
Do we know what the themes are yet, Noralyn, for this year?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't.
Is it
We
gonna be
haven't heard about the theme, so we're all literally on the edges of our seats.
What have themes been?
I was remembering Over the Rainbow. So this was a great example of a theme because it can be so variously interpreted. You could just put on your rainbow-colored, tie-dyed T-shirt if you want. You could think Dorothy and Wizard of Oz if you wanted to go kind of deep into that over the rainbow aspect. Or you could just wear different colors. Or you could think Pride. So you can just interpret. We like these themes that have open interpretations that can be variously interpreted.
And the folks who come are from not just New Mexico.
No, not at all. We get a lot of Coloradans, some often Oklahoma, often Arizona. So we do get southwestern contingents, but sometimes from New York, from Florida, from California. And like I said, our teachers are international. This year's teachers are coming from the Netherlands and Sweden, as well as California. So we really do have quite a reach.
Is it often that they're international dancers?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
because it's
quite
international
frequent.
folk dancing, so.
Absolutely. And some of the best teachers, we have great teachers in the United States, but some of the best teachers come from overseas.
That's amazing. We talked about the history of it at a castle. You have a little T-shirt. Briefly tell me about how this started 37 years ago, this dream of dancing in a castle.
Can I show this?
Yes.
This was the camp T-shirt from the year that we were most recently in the
I was
castle,
there.
2017. Oh, where Diane was there. But this is where it started. I was not here. I didn't move to New Mexico until '88, but it started in 1984 at the castle. A couple years later, the castle was condemned, as lots of us us know, it fell into disrepair, but that
And
provided...
that's the Montezuma Castle, I think it's north or east of
Right.
Las Vegas,
Yes.
New Mexico.
Yes.
Montezuma United World College.
But that provided an opportunity for the United World College people to purchase it and elevate it, remodel, put a lot of funds and resources into the castle. And so then
It was just a dream of
yes, of a couple, yes,
of a couple.
a couple and a small contingent of enthusiasts. And so they had the first camp, like I say, at the castle in 1984. And then we have met at a number of other places, including El Rito and Camp Chaparral, which I can't even remember where it is, but I think it's it's a Girl Scout camp in northern Mexico. And also it's the college in Highlands University in Las Vegas. We met there for a few years, lovely campus. But now we're back at New Mexico Tech, where we've been before. And like I say, they have a pool, so it's great.
It's a great facility. I know you're going to say it's warm. It's going to be warm, but then it's been warm all over New Mexico.
It's going to be south in
it's-
August, but you know, but it's great fun.
And this Southwest International Folk Dance Institute is a volunteer organization, and then you're a member of that. And so they present all this.
Right. The committee, there's a committee of 8 or 9 people. This is very organized, very formal committee with bylaws and appropriate 501c3 tax status and so on. So they run very officially, and they make the decisions of all the camp, how the camp is going to run and when the camp is going to be and who is going to bring the teachers. And yes, but they're all volunteers.
And it's a very dedicated group because they work literally year-round to put on this one 4-day camp. And so, you know, the amount of work that goes into it is really amazing and a credit to them. And it's part of what makes the camp come off so seamlessly and be so much fun. And have a lower cost because you have this group, you know, no one's looking to make money, they're just looking to enrich New Mexico's dance community.
And enrich it they do with a knowledge of international. I mean, where else do you find people from other countries? I think if they're able to come this year, Sweden and the Netherlands coming to teach their dancing.
That's right.
Here in New Mexico. But they say, they'd probably say, where is New Mexico? Right.
It's a huge opportunity. Jaap Leegwater is our teacher coming from the Netherlands, our Bulgarian specialist. And he has been here before and brought a band with him then. So, he's been teaching on Zoom. I don't know if it's okay to mention that lots of us have been Zoom dancing with people. Let's say there's an Oklahoma City group that Zooms on Monday night, Santa Fe, Los Alamos, Zoom on Tuesday night, and so on and so on. And there's one of our favorite teachers who lives in Rome who's been Zoom dancing.
Wait,
and so
Rome, New
Italy.
Mexico?
No, Italy. So this is
That would be Madrid, New Mexico, not Rome. Okay.
This is the wonderful thing about technology these days, is that we can Zoom literally into everyone else's living room and dance together with them. I have made friends and gotten to know people through Zoom dancing with them. It's been phenomenal.
Will that continue?
We think that some groups are choosing to only go back to in-person dancing, but other groups are going to try to do hybrids and dance in person. If they have a Wi-Fi connection in their dance hall, they can also continue the virtual experience.
Are we thinking maybe we might have some virtual at the dance camp?
I don't think.
I mean, if we talk about high tech, New Mexico Tech has it.
Well, that is true. I think because the decision had to be made so late in the year, they only have a couple months to pull this off. So they're going for everything to be in person for this experience. But there are other virtual camps simultaneously in other parts of the country.
And I read that there's going to be a nice band. I think 2-person band. Do you know much about the band, Jill?
I think it's the band is coming. Is that who's coming with Jaap? Or
an Albuquerque
or
group.
Marinese? That's
a different group.
That's Clara and Marinisa, and they are a marvelous local duo. They've played at different venues around town and in other parts of the state, and actually in other states. And they are amazing musicians and very versatile in the types of songs that they play. And Noralyn can even talk more about Clara because she's...
Well, she's a housemate, as it turns out. Very...
And the name of the group is?
Well, they're called the Parsons Sisters.
That's it.
The Parsons Sisters, right. So we're bringing Jan Wolring from the Netherlands to play Bulgarian. He's an amazing accordionist. I only know this because I met him on Zoom. And he's been working with Jaap Leegwater, our Bulgarian teacher, they're just a marvelous combination. And when some of us saw him on Zoom, we said, well, we have to bring, all three, Maya Nordenfelt from Sweden and Jaap from the Netherlands and his accordionist Jan Wolring. So that is kind of one contingent. And then we have the Parsons Sisters, that's Clara and Miranisa, and they will be coming to play for the English country dancing, but they are no strangers to the odd Bulgarian rhythms such as 7/8 and 11/8, and they love this kind of thing.
Wow. I read online saying the importance of dance camp is how to move well, how to be musical, how to recover from errors, how to be a good partner, how to make the most of the social aspect of dance while never ignoring the fundamentals of each choreography. I think that came from your dancing teacher to share all of that combined together. You brought with you another T-shirt. These are from previous dance camp. I'll hold this one up. You have another one. Tell me a little bit about, that's bright.
That was a year that I believe we had Turkish and salsa.
So Turkish and salsa, okay.
What we aim for is we aim to have a teacher that teaches mostly non-partner dances, and then another teacher who aims to teach mostly partner dances. So that makes a really nice creative balance. It doesn't always turn out that way. Sometimes it's 50-50 here and 57, anyway. So that was
that
yeah.
camp.
That was Turkish and
this
salsa.
one is?
And that was 2019, and that year we had,
That's beautiful.
what did we have,
This
Jill?
is beautiful.
Yes. Oh, lots of artwork goes into these T-shirts. So we had Roberto Bagnoli from Rome, the guy from Rome.
Yes.
And then I can't remember who else we had. But this year we're having English country dancing and Bulgarian. I might have mentioned that. Shall I hold this up?
Sure.
Okay.
And I wanted to mention that although she talked about partner dancing, you don't need to have a partner to bring to dance camp.
Absolutely.
Many, if not most of us, come solo without a partner.
All true, and we mix and share. We don't stick
do.
to a certain. So, just an example of another lovely T-shirt from 2018.
That looks German? What are the
Such
costumes?
a great question. I think that's Romanian.
Okay. You had Israeli dancing?
This was the 35th
That's
annual.
Israeli, Greek, Swedish, Polish, Ukrainian, Serbian.
How about Japanese?
We have not had
We
Japanese.
have not. Although,
But they...
although the Japanese love international folk dancing. There are huge, and all the teachers that we have had frequently talk about going to Japan and teaching there, and how well behaved they are. And sometimes a teacher says, "Hey," just kind of spontaneously and out of enthusiasm, and then the Japanese all repeat that because they assume that's part of the dance. There have been some humorous stories about that.
But so mainly European, South America? Have you, mainly seems like European dancing.
Not so much. Andy Taylor Blennis came and she taught, I think, some dances from South America, but it hasn't been a big focus. The bigger focuses are things like Balkan, Turkish, and then a couple dances from wherever we can find them.
Scandinavian dancing,
Scandinavian,
Greek, Israeli.
That's quite a bit. And we're not the only place that has dance camp.
Correct. This was from Tennessee in 1986. I lived there before we moved to New Mexico, and there was an enthusiast there who lived in Far East Tennessee, and he put together an Oktoberfest each year and brought some of the same teachers. In fact, that's where I first saw Yapligwater was in Tennessee before we moved to New Mexico.
And what's this one? This is from 85.
85, yes, he had an artistic flair. also from the Tennessee Oktoberfest. So this happens all over the country. There are dance camps, not just in New Mexico. We feel very special with our population that we have in New Mexico to have this wonderful big event, and a lot of collaborative ideas go into it. But there is a huge camp in California, Stockton. Folk Dance Camp is a 2-week-long camp that you can go for 1 week or the other week, or you can go for both weeks. Mm-hmm. It's a very big camp, and they have lots of simultaneous classes, so sometimes you have to make choices, and it's a very interesting thing. So there are lots of folk dance camps.
But I will have to say that New Mexico attracts like the premier international dance teachers. I mean, these are, you know, at the top of their game in all these categories. So it's not like, you know, the B string of dance teachers. These are at the top, and they are phenomenal teachers.
Absolutely right. At only the best.
Yes.
Only the best for New Mexico.
Yeah.
We talked about the different countries. Let's talk, Jill, a little bit about the different types of folk dancing. I read the clogging, fandango, sword dancing, flamenco. What other types of Irish dancing? What
Well-
other types of, not the countries, but the name of the dance?
Okay. One of the thing that our Saturday night group likes to do is cross-step waltz. And it's a beautiful waltz with a lot of different figures and graceful movements. Pretty easy to learn the basics, and then you can get as advanced as you want to do.
And where do you perform, or where do you learn that dance?
We do it, yes, at Lloyd Shaw as part of the regular program. We'll usually throw in a waltz or two each evening. Another very popular dance that our group likes to do on Saturday nights is a dance called rueda, which means like wheel, and it's a Cuban salsa mixer. And again, it's a call dance with a lot of different mixer or a lot of different figures, and doing the salsa in between, and you change partners with each call. So it's really a lot of
And
fun.
what do you mean, what did she mean by call dancer, Noralyn?
Oh, that's a good question. So there are a set of moves, an infinite set of moves if you want to know the truth, but you do need to know the name of the move. So there's one person in the group who will say dame, and that means pass the lady. So the partner, and of course we're gender free in our group, but we pass whoever the follow is on to the next lead.
And the caller says that, dame.
He might say,
okay.
he might say flamenco, or he might say sombrero. These are names of certain moves that have a twirl or an over the head move, and so you execute that move. And so there's one person for each session who's the caller, and he will tell us what to do, and then we have to respond immediately. So part of the learning curve there, part of what keeps our brains stimulated, it is learning those moves and being ready to respond whenever he says the name of the move, and then you move on.
And you are a contra and English
Yes,
country caller.
I am. Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, that means I tell the dancers what to do on the floor. So contra dancing is, my husband describes it as square dancing in linear shapes, but less geeky. He actually adds that.
Less geeky?
Less geeky. So in other words, we don't have crinoline skirts and things like that. But long lines, your partner is standing opposite you. The caller says balance and swing. Everybody balances and swings. The caller says ladies chain. The caller says right shoulder round, or right and left through. And these are all moves that the callers then respond to on the floor.
And what's the difference between contra and English country?
So English has an older history. Think Jane Austen. Think Sense and Sensibility or Pride and Prejudice. They have some English country dancing in one of those movies. And it can be very sedate, but it can also be rowdy. So
English rowdy?
yes, yes, and good exercise.
Improper.
So improper. It's funny that you say that because contra dances are usually improper, which means every other couple changes places. So you have man, woman, man, woman. English dances tend to be proper with the gents all on one side and ladies on the other side. There's just a lot to know. There's a little bit more subtlety in the sense of timing, and in English country dancing, where when you finish a move, you're just ready for the next move and to meet this corner or this neighbor. It can be gorgeous.
Noralyn Parsons, thank you for all that you're doing for the international folk dance community.
My pleasure.
Planning your August dance camp, and any few seconds left, anything you'd like to share that I didn't touch upon about the importance of this?
I was thinking, of course, as we were planning and thinking about what draws me to this. And of course, it's the dancing and the music that I think draws dancers to this activity. But it is also that sense of community, because I know when I go on Saturday night or when I sign up for dance camp that I'm going to see some of my favorite people that I look forward to getting together with. Maybe I only see them annually. And so there's definitely a bond within the community, and also you know you're going to meet new friends that have this precious thing in common. But when we talk about community, it's more than who you're just going to be with on the dance floor in that moment or in that weekend, because you're really sharing dances from across cultures, across geographies, and really across time, because many of these dances have been, emanated from a lot of historical tradition.
Oh, plus we're learning. Great. We're got to learn at camp too.
So there's just so much personal connection, I think.
Noralyn Parsons, thank you so much for being part of this
My pleasure.
program.
Thank
And
you.
Jill, she was on another show. Thanks for all that you've shared. And we will see you at dance camp. And if
I
you-
hope so. International dancing is diversity at its best.
And it brings our world together.
It does. It brings everyone together.
And we can sing and smile and have fun at the same time for learning about other cultures. Thank you so much for watching this program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. Make it a great week with your family. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinnewater is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. To comment on today's program or to purchase a copy of any Issues and Answers program, visit sunbroadcasting.org or call us at 505-345-1991.